Well, hi everyone. Welcome to Stamp and Chat Sketch. My gosh, I just got a glimpse of myself. I'm like a rodeo queen. Okay, I digress. Welcome to Stamp and Chat Sketch. I am Lisa Harden. I am the independent demonstrator behind the Stamping Zoo. We are in a beautiful Boise, Idaho today. Oh, it's when you want to be in Boise, Idaho, is in October. Sorry, really making a point there. October. That's why it's my favorite month, even though it's not even my birthday month, but it's just beautiful. My roommates and I went out for a walk this morning, and we've just been hanging out, doing stuff. I am switching my seasonal clothes from the shed. I'm bringing some in, and so that always involves a little bit of cleanup and purging. So, anyway, I've been doing that outside this weekend. What have you been doing? I hope you've been having a great weekend. And I hope you've made time for some stamping. Now, I had one of my zoo friends over yesterday, Andy, came over for a little bit of we needed to do some technological syncing up so that she could get access to some great classes that she had purchased. And I'm so proud to say we had success. You just never know, right? But don't worry. And I guess I bring that up just to say that if you ever have any technological or other issues with an event that you purchase from me, please let me know because we'll make it right. We will have success and we will get it to you regardless of the initial issues. Okay. So I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. One of the things that means is that I sell all the beautiful products I'll be using today. For over 35 years, Stampin' Up! Has been bringing us high quality products for paper crafting, scrapbooking, and card making, of course. And I am here to make some cards with you today based on a sketch. These colors are kind of dark. I chose them from the Regals, but don't worry because this photo, or a photo of this, along with photos of the creations I make today, will be posted on my Facebook page tonight, Sunday, October 6th. You can go over there and get a closer look. And while you're there, why don't you post a creation that you make based on this sketch? It doesn't have to be exact. And here's a cool little thing that I like to do. If you are willing to share with us, then I'm going to put you into a drawing at the end of the month. I have a drawing at the end of every month, and I send out a prize pack. Anna won last month's prize for September. And so we have a full month. So the way you get entered into the prize is by uh, being involved in any of my events, Chopped, Zoobilee, any live or online events. Plus, if you post a sketch. So those are lots of ways to be entered into the drawing. And plus, we just like to see what you create, right? You watch me create all the time, but I need inspiration too. So, along those lines, I am here to hopefully inspire, educate, and maybe make you laugh a little bit along the way. Okay, so let's get started. Here's our sketch again. Some rectangles. I've been throwing lots of circles in. I'm looking at the other sketches. I've been throwing lots of circles in. We're going to do straight lines today, but it's not going to be boring. In fact, we're going to do a fun fold based on this sketch. I have I have 3 kits cut. We'll see how far we get, but I think we can do them. Okay, so here is the featured stamp set. It's beautiful and it has some distinctive images, okay, along with veining and then some great sentiments that are buildable. So you can say, I'm thankful for all you do. I'm thankful today and every day. I'm thankful to have you as a friend, right? I'm thankful with a grateful heart or any combination. And finally, autumn teaches us that change can be beautiful. Oh, that's a rough one for me, but I stamp it out a lot. And then pretty soon, maybe uh, I'll be okay with that. Change is beautiful. Change is beautiful. All right, along with this, not to be outdone by any means, is the coordinating die set. Look at this thing. It's loaded. How many dies are in here? 17. Some are just add texture. Okay. There's some great label dies that also have some dot and line detail around the perimeter. And then of course we have leaves. You can build leaves. There are dies that are just um, have embossing in them. So it's just one die cut and leaf. We'll play with just as many of these things as we can today. But please know that you can purchase your own stamp and die set. It's not in the catalog anymore. It was in a catalog last year, and now it's just an online exclusive. So just hit the link that takes you to the Shop Now tab. It's in the description below this video. And then when you get there, once you get to the Stampin' Up site, just type in autumn leaves or leaves, whatever you want, and it will pop up. It is in inventory. Okay. Along with this, I have grabbed some new paper from the mini catalog. This is the Splendid Autumn Designer Series paper. 164173 is that item number. I believe it's in stock. Don't quote me on that though. Things are going in and out of stock. Stampin' Up's doing a fantastic job at bringing things in really quickly, but we are doing a fantastic job at purchasing them. Okay, so show Stampin' Up some grace. And if you have any questions about things that you are looking for, where it says that they're currently unavailable, you can just send me a private message or text me 208-830-6328. Let me know who you are and what you're looking for, and I will let you know when things are expected to be back in inventory. Okay, very happy to do that. Okay, so this paper, I'm not going to show it to you because we're using lots of different pieces, but it's all just beautiful scenes of Splendid Autumn. No, is that the name of it? I hope. Splendid Autumn. Yes. Okay, I remembered. And then the backs, a lot of them are just textural pieces, really focusing on the main colors that are in this pack of DSP. So here you can see this is part of some trees. And I think this is the same. No, this is a different one. There are a million different combinations of colors, quite a few colors in this. Let's see. Right here on the back of every pack of designer series paper, there's a legend of what colors are used. So you can easily pull coordinating products from your stash or from the Shop Now list. And I mean, there are just a lot. I'm not going to read them to you, but just rest assured, tons of Regals, but also some um, subtles, okay, fresh freesia and wild wheat. So we have a huge palette of colors to draw from. All right, let's get started. Like I said, I'm going to do 2 standard card bases, and I have one fun fold for you. This sketch is actually inspired by the fun fold. So when you see things out and about, always remember that you can transform them into the card that you want them to be. And I have a little bit of adhesive over here. I know that's squeaky. Oh, so squeaky. It weirds out the dogs too. One was sleeping in the threshold, but he took off. Okay, so let's use this beautiful paper. It looks like Queen Anne's lace to me. I don't know what this would be. I'm envisioning that it's like snapdragons or some really late fall, maybe an annual salvia, some late fall bloomer that is a standout. Now, where did I put oh, here we go. I just had to reload my seal, and heavens, a scary thing I noticed. That's the last seal refill I have. What? What have I been buying? I need to know. Now I have about 20 packs of mini glue dots in my adhesives box. I have about 20 of these. Okay. And then I had one refill. So I got to get with it. Thank goodness the last order I placed, which I think was just Saturday, I don't know why. I thought I should order seal refills, but I did. Thank goodness. Okay, the second layer that's 3 by 4 1/4, I am going to pop it up on dimensional. So I'm going to take the designer series paper that I cut, and I'm going to adhere it to a rectangle of old olive. and it's the same measurement. You could make it a quarter of an inch bigger if you wanted, or you could make the paper a quarter of an inch smaller. I didn't want to add a layer, but what I wanted to do was make this strong enough to pop it up on dimensionals and maybe hold some twine or ribbon. I don't know yet. Now I pulled also, this is my top rectangle, 1 3/4 by 4, sorry. And I'm going to put that up there. You could very easily, you know how we flip it sometimes. In fact, maybe we should flip it. Hmm. That adds kind of a cool little piece down at the bottom. Yeah, let's flip it. Why not? Because the other ones are not flipped. So we will flip it. We'll bring it up a little bit so you can still see the pattern. All right. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put that one down. This is not going to be the layer that's up on dimensionals. And I'm not going to stamp on it. It's just a dark, gorgeous, slightly textural piece of DSP. Again, from that Splendid, all this paper is from Splendid Autumn or cardstock. Okay, and then this is going to go up here, okay, on dimensionals. And then this is going to be our final layer. So let's start talking about what we may want to add. Let's go ahead and put the sentiment on the front. Let me try and keep this over here for you. Okay, and let's go ahead and put the sentiment on the front. I'd like to do, I'm thankful to have you as a friend. So cute. Or I'm thankful for all you do. Let's see. It doesn't matter. How about with a grateful heart? Let's just do that one because that's a really nice way to say thank you. All right, so with a grateful heart, it's going to go up here. I'm going to switch out my sentiments. It's pretty. And these are photopolymer stamps, but they've definitely been primed because I used them last year at this time. So as I said, this is a stamp set that is carrying over due to its popularity. I'm sure it was $1 million Achiever stamp set for Amy Kinders. We all love Amy, and she's so lucky. This was a beautiful stamp set to celebrate her $1 million. Maybe it was $2 million. I don't know. She's been at it a while, but in any case, this came last year. It came with a coordinating suite of products. So you may still have some in your stash, and there also may still be some out there in the retired community classifieds. You know, we have some Stampin' Up! Retired websites and whatnot, but you don't need it because you can just use our current products. All right, so I was thinking for this one that I might want the larger leaf just put across here, and let's do it in Cherry Cobbler. Let's check that out and see how that goes. Get rid of that. Okay, so I'm going to put it on white first, just to see what it looks like. I think it's going to look too stark, but we don't know until we try. So let's do that. And here's the other, well, here's a tip I have for you, is most of my ink pads, I've been pretty good about re-inking them currently. They're nice and juicy, but these are distinctive stamps. And so they really show best when you push some of the ink down, or if you're using an ink pad that isn't really juicy, because there's a lot of fine differences in this stamp, and they just show off better with a little less ink. You can also use your paper piercing mat if you feel like you're going to get a better impression. And this is gorgeous. I don't think it's too stark, actually. I wanted to pull a little bit of white from the background, and so I think that looks beautiful. All right, so we're going to do that, and then let's see, we could add veining to the top of it if we wanted to. Wow, that would be pretty. Let's do that, and let's do that. Now we have to decide what color, right? Let's just do it in cherry cobbler. Let's keep it the same, just for fun. Now I have a whole bunch of scraps over here. Let me see. Do I have some cherry cobbler that's enough? Just enough. Okay, so I also have this little piece of adhesive sheet that I've been whittling off. I've been freehand cutting it. We'll see how this ends up, but for now it's looking okay. So usually I trim it out and do a nicer job, but sometimes if you're kind of using your scraps, then just go ahead and cut. And I even suggest cutting it a little smaller length and width so that you don't have a sticky perimeter. Okay. So, yeah, I know that's not the best, but it doesn't matter. We don't need the entire thing to be covered. In fact, we don't prefer that. Okay. So the reindeer mega class is in full effect. I know several of you received it, and I hope you're having fun with it. Or if you're saving it for later, it is only October 6th. It sneaks up on you, first of all. But if you're saving it for later, that's okay because my part's finished. And so everything's waiting for you. Everyone received their kits. I sold the extras, lickety split, and it was so fun. And now I have my own stash of like 20 plus projects because I make one for the class, at least one. And then I make another one on videos. So, oh, look it. So beautiful. I'm so happy I have a little stash of Christmas because I know that even though it's only October 6th, seems like we have a lot of time. But friends, stampers, we do not have a lot of time. So I want you to enjoy working on autumn cards, but I want you to keep your eye on Christmas cards if you make them, or Hanukkah cards. You have even less time for that. Okay, this is just going to fit. There's a little tiny bit. Oh, you can't see that. There's a little tiny edge that's coming off there, but we are going to, okay, I think I actually got it. There's a little tiny piece one way or another, but it's okay. There's so much detail on this. See, I don't even think it's going to be missed. All right. Now I also need the die cut for the outside shape, right? You can use foils. We have some gorgeous foils paper. There's a pack of foils. I wish I remembered the name, but I think it's called Elegant Foils. Anyway, it's cherry cobbler, old olive, and something else. It would be great for this. You could die cut the leaves, and then you could use the rest of the paper for Christmas cards. You may already have that paper. I have it. I haven't cut into it yet. Why haven't I? So many beautiful papers, so little time. I guess that's it. We'll start working with it because I am using every scrap of that paper. It needs to be in the hands of my family and friends. My families. Hello, families. All right. So, whoops. Let's see what this guy ends up looking like. Pretty. And then pop this out. And you could certainly save the exterior of this for, you might be able to there are a couple of extra there's some little leaves that you can definitely use on that. And so, whoops, I want it in the scrap bowl, not the trash bowl. It's a big difference. Actually, there's not a huge difference. It's a fine line between scrap and trash. Adjacent to refuse is refuse, right? Seinfeld bands. Okay, this is so beautiful. Wow. So imagine that in gold. If you were doing, if I was doing less colors, I would definitely try to do it in gold. Oh, so pretty. And I think it must come clear up. Yeah, it goes clear to the ends. The veining does. and then comes right in there. It's pretty pliable because it's really thin. Look how gorgeous. Just tone on tone. I love it. Now we're going to finish this part. Let's put this up on dimensionals. And let me think about, I have some cherry cobbler ribbon, but it has gold and I feel like it's a little ostentatious. I want a little more natural. I could color linen thread. That's one option. We also have the gorgeous natural tones. It's a possibility. We are using that on our fun fold card. I'm just taking a look at my ribbons over here. So I'm taking a look real quick. I wish I could show you all the beautiful ribbons and then you guys could help me decide. But, oh, let's see. I think I'm looking at, oh, some of those might even work. We have red and white baker's twine. We have vanilla. No, I don't want vanilla. I don't like vanilla and white. Hurts my eyes. Hurts my color coordinated soul, I guess. How about some beautiful linen thread? I do believe this is unavailable right now. Shocker. I don't know that I've ever seen the linen thread go unavailable, but never fear. It will be back in stock. Okay, so there's our card so far. Gorgeous. Oh gosh, let me make sure. Is this open? Every once in a while I get them the opening wrong, but I guess it didn't matter. We've only put that rectangle on it, right? Okay, so now let me take this and let me bring in the dark cherry cobbler blend. It's very good for this. I'm going to use the paintbrush end, and I can do this on the glass mat and clean it, but I don't want to take the time to clean it. So look, I've been doing the same thing for my Zoobilee design. That is my monthly class, one of my monthly classes. So anyway, I'm just going to take it and do this. And then I'm going to do it a couple of times and hopefully I will get all the sides. And this is just as simple as it is. I'll bring it up to the camera once I get it finished here. Okay, and then all of a sudden, you've got cherry cobbler twine. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and trim this. You know, I usually tie things off the roll, but we're just going to commit to that much. We're going to do what we can with this much twine. Okay. And then finally, we're going to have this piece on the top here so that it's going to help focus the pattern, right? Oh, yeah, that's pretty. And I'm just looking at the other images. Nope, we don't need any other images on this. I think I doubled it, and now I'm going to try to tie it in a teeny bow. I like a teeny bow, especially with linen thread. Okay, this looks a little confusing because there's 3 loops, right? But keep your eye on the prize. And then you pull this one and oops, it's resisting me pulling because, oh, no, because it was that one. Okay, keep your eye on the prize, Lisa. What'd you just say? If that confuses you, then just cut it into 2 separate pieces of twine and then tie it. Okay, and then that's so cute. It still has a little bit of the natural color. So I like that a lot. Let's go ahead and put this onto the rectangle. And that just helps to center our focus even more on this gorgeous leaf. You've all seen leaves when you've been walking, and every once in a while there's one that will just really stand out, isn't there? Grabs your attention. And then what do? You pick it up, you take it home. Then what do you do with it? It sits on the counter. But it's kind of fun. I mean, it's at its end of life out in nature. You're not picking it off of anything. You're not hurting any trees. So take it home and enjoy it. Aw, that's beautiful. Okay, and then finally, this is going up here and a little glue dot. We have plenty, right? Little glue dot will work great. I stick it to the glue dot, and then I'm going to bring in my take your pick tool, and I would like to put that right at the base of this leaf, the stem. Oh yeah, that's cute. And finally, then let's see, where do we want to put this? I always feel like it should be kind of, it helps to ground it if it's down at the bottom. So I choose the bottom of the card a lot for this. And so we shall. Now let's look at we might want to bring in the sentiment rectangle. It's a little big. Well, no, not really. Not really that big. Just don't know that I want to decorate one more thing. If I was really clever, I'd try to fussy cut that. Let's try it. It's just paper. Isn't that what I said? Famous last words. Okay. So this guy goes across there quite nicely and with a grateful heart. Okay, let's see what kind of a job I can do. I like fussy cutting just fine. I would say I'm fair at it though. I don't do it as much as I should. I think it's not an acquired skill. It's just a practiced skill. So let's see what I can do. I need my snips, first of all. You've got to use your snips. Sometimes I use these longer handled scissors, but no, that's not for this kind of work. That's for just nondescript cutting. I could draw around it with a pencil if I wanted to. No. If it had a die, we could use that to trim around it, but it doesn't have a die, or I'd be using it, right? So it's quite all right. There's some different techniques, but here's the freehand technique. Just go for it. You know, I watch in particular when I watch Emma Goddard fussy cut, I think, oh my gosh, she's so fast and so accurate. But she does it just about every video I see her in. So, like I said, I'm sure it's like an acquired skill. And I am mostly moving the paper, not the blade, right? That helps you get a smooth. Let's see, I could be cutting that stuff out, but I'm not going to. Like I could be weaving in and out. That's an Emma Goddard thing, not a Lisa Harden thing. All right, but I am going to go around these, and finally I will round that off. Hey, not bad. Oh yes, I like that. I like to look at a lot of the green. And this will just be put flat onto the card. A little extra. Very sweet. How about this? I like it. It doesn't need extra embellishment, but you know, you don't need dessert, but you like it. So on that note, let me see. Do I have any cherry cobbler things? Or I'm sure I have old olive. because I was just using them. We can use the matte dots, but I might want to add a little bit of sparkle to this or shine in some way. Let's see. I'm looking over here in case you're wondering what in the world is she doing. You know, I have it all. So I want to take a minute and choose just the right thing. Oh, these are so pretty, but not quite right. Druzy, too much. Foiled gems, no. Hmm. These white ones might be good. That could work. How about peppermints? No, sorry. I'm done with peppermints for a day or two at least. I used so many in the last few days on that reindeer class. It was a blast, but Rhinestone Basics, of course, they're always a good choice. But I think one of those two things. Yeah, one of those two is great. You could also color, of course, you could color the rhinestones. You can even color these clear ribbon dots. These are pecan pie and clear, and they can be colored. There we go. And there's this ribbon detail in the back of the embellishments themselves. So let's see how a white one looks. It'll probably help to pull in the white from the sentiment and back behind the card. Yeah, looks good. Oh, yes, I like that. It's a little bit of shimmer, but it's still kind of natural. I guess I got my wish, didn't I? And then let's take one and put it down here. Gorgeous. Okay. Card number one. All right. And let's go to, let's make this fun fold. How about that? So look, here's our sketch. All right. And here's our fun fold. So I've just taken the rectangles and moved it into fun fold. Check it out. Oh, okay. I need to stop for just a minute. My platform's going a little crazy, and I really hope it doesn't stop the recording or we're going to be late. So lots of layers, lots of opportunity to use the paper. Yay. And how fun is that? But one moment, please, before we move forward, let me tell you a little bit of Zoo news and Stampin' Up! News. Here is my current host code. If you would be so kind, please add this host code to your orders you're placing with me that are under $150. That helps me to combine host benefits and bring you lots of different product in videos like this. So I appreciate that. Now, if your order is $150 or over, please do not add the host code because I want you to enjoy the host benefits yourself. And that begins at 10% and goes up. Okay, everybody, we're having a bingo. We are having a bingo class. It's actually a class with bingo on the side, and it's going to feature the Humble Home Bundle. There you see it in the details of this slide. I worked with this bundle on Thursday night, so please take a look at that video if you haven't seen yet. We will be making at least 4 cards projects and playing 4 games of bingo. And the more people that join, the more I give away. So if you are going to play, please let your friends know because first of all, it's just kind of fun. We play via Zoom. I'll probably be in pajamas. I highly encourage you to be in pajamas as well. You just bring a little snack, your favorite drink, and then we sit back and enjoy. Okay, we have a lot of fun. It's usually a lot of laughing. And but I make sure that I give away lots of beautiful prizes, both in the kits that you receive ahead of time, as well as the prizes themselves. They will all be beautiful Stampin' Up! Product and gift certificates. And as I said, the more people that play, the more I give away. All right. If you would like to sign up for this, because of the way I've structured the registration, I need you to text me, and my text number is down in the description below. Just text me and say you'd like me to send you the bingo link, and I will do that immediately. Okay? Thank you so much. I can't wait. All right, please don't forget this month's Paper Pumpkin. You can still sign up for it through the 10th. Please don't wait until the last minute. When you purchase it, if you purchase it with a brand new email that you've never used to receive Paper Pumpkin before, you get that kit for 40% off, or about $14.95 plus tax. After that, if you continue to receive the subscription, the kits are $25, or you can suspend or cancel your subscription at any time. But I'm telling you, from this month on, it's just nothing but fun. You will see the Paper Pumpkin gets better and better each month and year over year. So please take a look at it if you have not yet. This kit will feature 2 different types of Christmas cards. One is a trifold, one is something else special, and they will coordinate with the Nests of Winter suite of products. All right, please don't forget that I have my own kits that I curate and design special things for you. This month is More Than Autumn. We are coming up on the last few times to sign up for that, like today, the 6th, or probably the 7th. But never fear if you do not sign up for this. This is a monthly class that I provide every month, either as a club, which has a month-to-month subscription with a goodie bag at the end of the 6 months and a little bit of a price decrease. But if you'd like the ultimate flexibility, you can sign up for just 1 month at a time. This particular one, I have different graphics in each of them, so make sure you grab the correct link, the proper link that you're looking for, again, in the descriptions below this video. You can sign up for either the subscription, which is $45 a month, or the monthly price, which is just a single month for $49. Okay? And that is the month to month, or that's the monthly. And let me see. I think, yes, that's it for now. Okay, thanks for joining all of those things. Lots of you are involved in that. So I'm sorry, my screen is, I hope you guys don't see this. It's like flashing and it's being kind of kooky. I don't know why, but I just hope it's not being kooky for you. I'm just trying to not look at it. Okay, I won't look at it. All right, so here we go. We're going to make the fun fold, which has, again, lots of different layers, but it's the sketch. Okay, so keep that in mind when you're making your own sketch-inspired card. All right, here we go. I have pre-cut the pieces, and I am using the same paper. I loved it so much that I want a couple of them to send out. Now, this does have a few different measurements, of course. You have the measurements that are on the face of the card, but then you need extra measurements for the fun fold part. But if you will, just when you go to the Facebook post that has these sketches shown, I will post the I'll post the measurements for this card in the comments that accompany this photo. So that's where you can find the extra measurements to make this fun fold. And you really just need the extra measurements because you're watching me make it here, right? So we have a couple different layers. I'm using the beautiful pumpkin paper, pumpkin pattern from this Splendid Autumn. And so let's get that put in there. Now I'm starting to get a little pile of supplies off to the side. And so let's see, let me put my seal over here on my right side, and hopefully it won't run off. Okay, so this just goes in here flat. Okay. And then we have a couple different pieces that we adhere flat. So let's go ahead and do that. And I've brought in this this old olive again. Just a little sliver of that at the top. And when I'm going to lay this down and match up my left and right margins, should be fine. But that helps me lay it straight very easily. We also have a front piece that lets you have, once again, another beautiful little snippet. And I took the scrap from the last card and I'm using that pattern because there's a lot of orange in this, or there's a couple of bursts of orange. And so I thought it was perfect. My card base is peach pie and my inner card is pumpkin pie. So it's the pie card. Okay. Now this one, finally, it has also some DSP on the front of it. So you have 3 different opportunities, no, 4 different opportunities to use DSP on this card. And I kind of liked the to continue. Isn't that fun? Oh, if you get it just right, like I did on this one, the pattern literally continues. So kind of a little high on that, but close. I'll send it to my mom. She'll never know. She'll be like, oh God, that's beautiful. Okay. Let's see. We have a little bit of stamping to do on the inside. And then I just put die cuts on the outside. And I thought, that's enough. I don't want to put words on it because I just want this continuation of the paper. And I even die cut the leaves from the paper as well. Okay, let's get our Change is Beautiful. Change is beautiful, Lisa. You just need to know that, whether you like it or not. Autumn teaches us that change can be beautiful. Okay. It's not an absolute. Yay. No, I'm just kidding. All right, there's that. And then I also brought in the peach pie and I stamped 2nd generation. But I want to show you. See these little like the lines that are a little higher and it has some almost like pixelated dots on it. I did not push the ink down into the card. And so we're going to do that this time and we're going to see if we get a better image because I think we're going to, right? So I need my credit card. Thank you, Target. Don't forget to clean it. I just clean it on the chamois. Okay. Got to get the edge part too. And before you use it on another ink pad, especially Cherry Cobbler. Okay, did you see that? It's dark. Some colors are just dark on the top. This peach pie just happens to be. So pushing it down. And you don't have to worry about, it doesn't like stay down at the bottom of the ink pad because the way our ink pads are designed, the ink is stored, it flips, right? And it's stored upside down. So the ink comes back up to the top after you're finished playing this way, and then push it down again if you need it, or leave it. I tend to like really juicy ink pads. Like, you know me, I like vibrant colors. So of course I like my ink pads to be full on. So when I'm doing the distinctive, I usually have to definitely watch that. I don't know what was going on there. Somebody got really messy. I'd like to blame it on somebody else, but it was just me. Okay, where's my little, I feel like it's an elm leaf. Is it an elm leaf? Oh, goodness. Where are you, guys? Okay, it's on a block. It's on a block. That narrows it down a little bit. Is it here? No. Heavens. Oh, it's over here. It's on the right-hand side. Okay, so I am going to do this, and I'm going to stamp. Oh, now here's what I do to save paper, especially with a light color. I save it once, or I color it once there, already looks better. And then I bring my 2nd generation and stamp it, and look, looks better. And that definitely looked better. You don't know what the other one looked like because it is on the back of this, like a hidden masterpiece. Like whatever's behind the Mona Lisa. I don't know. Have they decided there's a painting behind the Mona Lisa? I can't remember. Maybe. Now, I knew this because, of course, when I was traveling to Paris, I had to study everything. I know all sorts of mysteries about the Mona Lisa and suppositions of who she is and all sorts of things about her, but I can't remember that one. All right, well, Dr. Google will have to tell me. Now I'm going to use Seal Plus. I'm going to go a little slower than I do with regular Seal because Seal Plus is no joke, right? And it can rip up the cardstock. It especially rips it up when it's been embossed. Like, I don't even bother. But, okay, so now I already know kind of where this fits. I tend to want this to go back, flip the top back, and then just kind of focus on the bottom. Make sure it's straight here. And I know how much I want at the bottom, right? So just do that. Of course, bring it a ruler if you want to really double check it. This Tim Holtz ruler, right, has is really great horizontal and vertical lines. Then you just have to focus on getting it right, left to right. Getting it straight left to right. Hold on. I think I messed it up. I must have been looking at a freckle instead of looking at the straight line. Okay, let's try that one more time. Pattern could be fooling me as well. Okay. Yay. And then this is on there. And then this, again, I want to use the Seal Plus or Tear and Tape or liquid glue. Oh, hold on now. So if you roll a little over, you can easily push it back on itself. And then finally this comes in here. And again, just look at the front of the card as you're putting this on. Okay. Isn't that fun? Doesn't stand up. That's okay. They're going to just lay it on their desk and open it all the time. Okay, now let's grab some of all the little pieces and parts of the DSP. And again, like here it is. Oh, and I also put one back here because there's 2 each of these little patterned dies. And so I just cut out 2 at a time. Well, I had one extra, so there you go. All right, let's grab this little guy and this little guy. Hopefully those aren't running away. See, now here's the tiny one that I was thinking you could cut. You could use with your scraps of cherry cobbler. So just in case. And then this guy and this guy. Okay. I want one yellow. Now, I didn't really pay attention to whether I was cutting these right side out or it doesn't show that differently. So I'm not going to bother with running them through 2 separate times. In fact, they're in the middle there in a weird section because at first I thought I was going to use the dark side of the DSP on the front of the card. And then I realized, nope, it competed too much. So I just flipped them over. I didn't want to recut them. And it worked out fine. So we're going to have one for the back. So this is what they look like. Isn't that beautiful? But then it still looks great on this side. And then this one. And oh, we want to use, I don't like the back of that one, how that turned out. So we're going to use that one as the wild wheat. And then let's see, can we get 2 more out of this one? Could have been a little bit closer if I would have known what I was doing. I mean, if I would have known that this was what I was going to end up with. It's kind of playing. Was just kind of playing. But I think, oh yes. We even have just a hair just there. Not a square, just a hair. Another Seinfeld reference. I can't help it, you guys. It's hardwired into me. Me and my friend Katie, we could probably talk all day to each other, only using Seinfeld quotes. I think her husband said one time after, I think when he was still dating her, but after he had been around us a while, he said, like, I used to think you guys were funny, but really, you're just quoting Seinfeld all the time. Hey, it's the delivery, okay? Give me some credit for that. All right, this, I'm going to use glue dots again because we have them, but also, more importantly, it's not good to use liquid glue on these because of the cuts, but I don't want to waste my time with seal on these oddly shaped images. So I'm just going to put a couple glue dots on them. And I think that's your best bet. You know they're going to hold down. Just be careful when you're pulling that off or however you're going to adhere those. And then I'm going to put one right here. Okay, and then I'm going to bring a green one in. Now let's see, do they go different ways? No, not really. I think they're the same, curve. Okay, and then again, like put this here and then see how I pull it. Don't pull it up, pull it away. And I think that helps when you have something with cuts. So then pull it away. Doesn't always pull away though. You can use your take your pick tool also. Go. No. It just had to show me up, didn't it? Just had to. Fine. Okay. And then this last one. Okay, and I put this one so that I could see it peeking out from underneath the corner of the top layer. I love it. And okay, where'd my twine go? Okay, so again, I'm using the Natural Tones linen thread. If you're in my Zoobilee kit or if you're in my Zoobilee club, you got this in your last kit. So enjoy. If you're not, you may have gotten it early, but it's out of stock right now. Don't be sad. It'll be back. I'm doing the same kind of thing I did. I'm tying a double bow and I just double the twine over itself. If you want, you can cut it and I need more. This is why I don't cut because you can change how much you use really easily without wasting extra pieces that you cut too small because who saves that? No, I don't save little pieces that I cut too small. They get thrown away because I've tried that before. It doesn't work. So I know me. Hey, me, I know you. I know your strengths and weaknesses. And then this one, if you want you just pull the different pieces separately if you want to get the loops the same. Okay, I need those scissors again. Where'd they run off to? Have I seen them since I fussy cut? Did my fussy cut extraordinaire? Well, we'll use these. Oh, that was pretty good cutting. Glue dots. One more. So what's everybody been doing this weekend? I bet it's kind of like pumpkin picking time. That some of you been doing that. You have kids. I did get 2 little pumpkins and they were very overpriced, but they were for my flower pots. So they're quite small, but one is like this perfectly peach pie color. Really, it's like this. Okay. And then the other one's green. and I put these things in amongst my fall plantings in see, now look at what you did, Lisa. You were too brazen. Also, I didn't want that color anyway. But yes, so I have just I grabbed a couple of pumpkins and no, I'm not carving them. They're probably totally solid on the inside anyway. And I'm not going to carve a jack-o'-lantern. I've done so many jack-o'-lanterns in my life that I feel like I'm good for this year. But I don't have the kid pressure, right? So my kids, they would probably eat pumpkin, but they're more partial to sweet potato. So we're good. We don't need to carve anything. But I do like to revitalize my plantings in the fall. And there's so many fun things. What did I get? I got mums. Oh gosh, I got these really cool chili peppers. If you guys are friends with me on my personal page, which feel free to do that. But if you're friends with me on my personal page, I post pictures of Tango and Cash, and I post pictures of my flowers. So it's really rocking and rolling over there. But if that interests you, then please friend me. Absolutely like and follow the Stamping Zoo, whether you are joining me live or on replay on Facebook or YouTube. I need you to like and follow me, subscribe, hit the bell for the notifications. Why? Because I want to see you. This is how I get to know you, is you leaving a few comments and telling me what you like and dislike. I mean, I'm sort of a demonstrator at your service. If you send me a message and tell me you'd like me to use certain something, I work to make sure I can get that into the videos. So chat with me. I'm very approachable. If you haven't figured that out yet, I hope you know. I'm very approachable. Okay. So like, follow, subscribe. And also, it helps the zoo to grow because, I'm just one little small business out here in the wide world, no, in the world wide web and beyond. And so when you just do that simple act, it helps to push the Stamping Zoo a little closer to people who might want to come and paper craft with us. So I appreciate it so much. And so many of you already have, but I'm speaking to the few of you that have not liked, shared, subscribed. And I know you're still out there watching. And you don't even have to comment if you're kind of nervous and scared, but please don't be. Just say hi. How you doing? I like this or that, or please work with this or that. And I will do what I can to make sure it happens. Okay, like I have two of these cards. I'm so happy because I really, really like them. I can't even tell which one was first and which one was second. I don't know. Okay. Oh, no, I do know. That one has the dots on it, and I haven't put the dots on this one yet. So I'm using the ombre dots. These are in the annual catalog. Old Olive, Night of Navy, Calypso Coral, and Coastal Cabana. But I bet we can get away with some of these Coastal Cabanas. I mean, Calypso Coral. I bet we can get away with making them look like pumpkin pie. They look just like pumpkin pie. Okay. And then for the little one, I'm going to grab one that's a little bit darker because it's not that big of a deal. And then down here, I'm going to grab another one that looks like that. Oh, that just struck me. Of course, I used the Old Olive on the first ones, but please keep these in mind because again, they're beautiful ombre of colors. And I don't use them in a straight line, right? Because I'm mixing and matching the ombre. Again, these are the ombre matte decorative dots, 161448. Okay, and now I can say our card is finished. Okay, let's do one more. So fun. And I already have the pieces cut, so this one's going to go pretty darn fast. It will be more like the first card, right? We will do some different stamping. How about that? Here's our second card, and here's our sketch. Okay, so I have used Highland Heather. I brought in this gorgeous photo of the daisies. Well, it's not a photo. It's a print of an acrylic. That's what it looks like. And you know, we have actual artists on staff at Stampin' Up. This is not just clip art you can find everywhere. No, this is Stampin' Up copyrighted designs. So if you see it somewhere else, guess what? It's a fake. Don't buy it. It's somebody has stolen our copyrighted materials. So stick with the real deal. Plus, it's not going to be the same quality as Stampin' Up's products anyway. So you might think you're saving money, but you're not. Okay, that's off the soapbox now. But I don't buy ripped off materials of any kind. It's going to be so sad to cover that up. Can we possibly? It's a lot of look. That's a lot of look. Let's just do this and focus on the daisies. So yeah, I don't buy any contraband products that I know of. You know, I don't try to do that. Not just from Stampin' Up, from anybody. I don't believe in that. Okay, we're covering the whole back of this with 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of patterned Highland Heather. Okay, looks pretty good. Oh, I have just a tiny bit over here, but I didn't get it quite straight. I should have used the Stamparatus, but I didn't. So we're going to fake it out and just trim this. It's so little. I'm still going to call it a win. Okay. Can you see it? I didn't think so. Okay. All right. And then again, I'm probably going to pop that up. Now this time we are going to put, wait, what's this? It's feeling like, well, that must be just for die cutting or something. We're going to put this at the top this time. Okay. But let's emboss it. Let's dry emboss it with, I don't know, with what? We have zinnias. No, not so much. We have brick. That's a nice juxtaposition. Possibly. We have swirly. We could do swirly. Twirly, swirly gumdrops. Let's do that. It's like a soft, organic pattern. And we can choose really where we want to put this because it's just a small-ish piece. I think I want, you have to kind of focus on the outside of it because the inside gets covered up with some, with our daisies. Let's just do here. Okay. All right. This is not a 3D folder. So I need the shim. Actually, I forget the sandwich. What do I need? I need the shim. Oh, and the plates. And the clear plates. Okay. No, that can't be right. That's not right. It's a lid. I need. Oh, here we go. I think I just need one plate on top of it. Oh no, I need no shim and 2 plates. Okay. I have a hard time looking at pictures, obviously. Also, so many of our embossing folders now are 3D, which I love. But I know the sandwich for that, but I forget the one for this. But really, if this was any more deep, it would cut through the paper. I'm sure that's why they didn't make it 3D. Okay, now look, can you kind of remember what it looked like before? Now look how much interest that adds with just no color, just texture. Okay, so this is going on here. And I'm just going to use liquid glue because, again, I don't want to use Seal or Seal Plus. It tends to rip it. And I like it just the way it is. I like you just the way you are. Now, I wanted to try this ribbon. Did I pull it? And Lord help me if I did. It's in the stack somewhere. We have this wild wheat ribbon. And, oh, yeah, it's not in the stack. We have this ribbon. I mean, call me crazy, but I'm feeling like Yeah, maybe it might work. So it's wild wheat and it's called, well, it's 164061. Okay. That's its number. And it's rustic striped ribbon. Let me see it. The jury might be out on this thing. Jury's out. No, I don't like it on that. Now, if we were using it on the wild wheat, yes, absolutely. Because, see, that's its color buddy right there. It's not even its color buddy, it's its color twin. But this, where this is yellow, it's like so close, but not close. It's kind of like my aversion to vanilla and white being used in the same neighborhood. I'm not in love with that. But lots of different options we can do on this, right? Okay, and let's see, what sentiment do we want on this? Let's use I'm thankful to have you as a friend. I like that. And I've put to have you as a friend up on a block somewhere. Where'd that thing go? That's what I'd like to know. I believe we can use the label. Now, don't miss this one, okay? You can cut those little slim, you can cut the, I mean, you can stamp these and die cut them with that little slim piece right there. It's so great. Okay, where'd my other die go? It was rattling around here and it went running off somewhere. Because I'm thankful. No, it doesn't fit there. Oh, here it is. That's it. Okay, we're going to use that. Perfect. And I almost want to use I want to use lemon lolly. How about that? This is kind of a, well, it's a late summer card because daisies can bloom in late summer. So initially I was saying I was thinking it was like a spring card, but no, daisies are later summer. You could also use Highland Heather, right? But oh, that's perfect. That's beautiful. I can't wait to send this to a friend. Stop it. So glad we're playing with this paper today. Please don't overlook it. I don't think you have because we all wanted it right away. It's just that showy. And it does all the work for you. Like you don't even need to do all this. Slap some of that paper down on a card front and put a sentiment on it or a ribbon or both and write in it and your friends will love it. That's all. I'm just adding frosting, right? I'm adding lots of frosting. So let's put some dimensionals on this. More dimensionals. I probably need dimensionals too. Sometimes I make an order of just a huge order of adhesives. It's very boring, but it still excites me. If you're like me, it excites you too. Okay, that. No, that's not Cricut. I'm just looking at the embossing is throwing me off. Okay. Now see, I put this one up on a reinforcement too, but I used some crushed curry because that's what I had. But it's not always, you don't always have to use white, right? Because for one thing, I have lots of scraps I can get rid of. But the other thing is if you're using all these different colors, then using that as a backer is sometimes more, I don't know, sometimes fits the design better because you can still see it from the side. And so this card doesn't have any white on it. And so to see like a line of white on the side, I don't like that. Kind of like VPL, right? That's the VPL of the card making world. By the way, I'm recording this. Oh gosh, it's going to be late getting to you guys. I'm so sorry. But I'm recording this. That's why it's coming on late. But uh yeah, I just wanted you to know I am recording this, but I'm probably watching with you. Okay. So never fear. Never fear. Lisa's here. Yeah, I don't know if that helps you. Okay. All right. There's a right side and a wrong side to those based on how it punches through the paper. Oh, gosh, that's pretty. I'm thankful. I'm thankful to know where my stamp is. Here it is. It's so tiny. It's a difficult one. Okay, so you need a light touch with this one, okay? And I almost want to say this thing is like was kind of crooked. Okay, there we go. I'm thankful to have you as a, I'm sorry if you can't see that, but I gotta get down on it here. Oh, it's so sweet. Look at that. Your friend is gonna love this. So don't overlook autumn leaves. If you missed it last year because you were buying a bunch of other things, well, now's your chance. Little Stampin' Friends. Oh my gosh. I'm in love with that. We need one dimensional on the end. And then we will put just a little bit of glue on the rest of it. And, this is obviously coming outside of the sketch. But again, I don't care. It's close enough for me. And I want to see, I don't want to nail you down into a sketch that has no options because I want you to be creative. Okay. So show us what you got now. I'm wrapping this up. I hope you've enjoyed this. And now is time for you to show off. Let's see your sketch in the posts on Facebook. And again, if you're not already following me or subscribing or both, please do so. I thank you so much. I bring these videos to you from my heart, free of charge. And so if you would do that for me, it would be very kind of you. And then look at this. Oh, okay, everybody. I think I have done myself proud with this sketch. So again, this will be posted on Facebook and as well as still photos of our cards, including the measurements for our fun fold. So look in the comments of this photo on the post and you will find the measurements. And while you're there, like or give it a like or a love, or better yet, post your own sketch. Okay, friends, I hope you've had fun with that. I know I've had fun with you. And I want you to go out and have a beautiful fall evening. Okay, please stay safe. Join me again right here for another online free class. Stampin' Chat is coming to you live on Thursday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Thank you so much, everyone. See you soon. There's that wave again.